So log to the base 2 of 2 sine of x plus log to the base 2 of cosine of x is negative 2 for x is greater than 2 pi and less than 2.5 pi. First of all, we should remember that log has a domain, and this value must be greater than 0, and also this value also must be greater than 0. We should take it into account when we find solutions. And how to solve this equation? We should do what? Log is equal to log, and to have the same basis, and then we can what? Equate just these values. Or we should do log is equal to a number, and then just by definition we can undo given log. And we can see that log to the base 2 plus log to the base 2, and we know a property, it is given in a data booklet, so it can be rewritten as a single log to the same base over product 2 sine cosine is equal to -1. And then what is log by definition? Log to 8 is equal to 3. Why? Because 2 cubed is 8. So 2 to the power of -1, which is what? A half, is equal to this. So 2 sine cosine is equal to half. 2 to the power of -1, which is 1 over 2 to the power of +1. And we get a trigonometric equation. How to solve this? We can see that 2 sine cosine is directly sine of 2x. It's double angle formula, also given in a data booklet. So it's sine of 2x is a half. Then how to solve sine is number? Using unit circle. Sine is what? Y value, y coordinate, and sine to be a half, it's point A and point B. Then we consider this value by absolute value, ignore minus if it would be present, to find these angles. These are supplementary angles, and they are always between x-axis and our rays. It doesn't matter, sine, cosine, and plus or minus here. You consider just this function to be equal to this value by magnitude to get the answer to be from 0 to 90 degrees for the acute angle. And sine is a half, it's what? It's 30 in degrees, but since there must be radians, 30 is what? It's pi over 6. Pi over 6. And then you know that 0 for angles is here, and we write the general solution. We just copy this argument, 2x, and corresponding to point 8, it's just what? It's just pi over 6, because 0, and in anti-clockwise direction there are positive angles, in clockwise there are negative angles. And you may do any number of full revolutions plus 2 pi k. K is any integer, and it's the general solution. And then just solve for x. X is pi over 12 plus pi k. It's the general solution corresponding to point A. Let's write the general solution corresponding to point B. So 2x is what? This angle is what? Pi over 6 less than 180 over pi. So it's pi minus pi over 6. It's 5 pi over 6, also plus 2 pi k. It's also a general solution, and hence x is what? 5 pi over 12 plus pi k. And now we consider values of k, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, -1, -2, and so on, because k are integers, to get x to be in the required region from 2 pi to 2.5 pi actually. And you can see that when let's consider this, when k is 0, it's pi over 12. It's not greater than 2 pi. Definitely it's not a solution. And definitely we don't need k to be negative, because we will get k also negative, and we don't need negative x values. Then consider k is 1. K is 1. It will be pi plus something. Definitely it will not be greater than 2 pi. But when k is 2, we get 2 pi plus pi over 12. Pi, definitely pi over 12, it's less than pi over 2, and together it's what, 24 pi over 2 over 12. I want to make a common denominator, plus pi over 12. Yes, it's 25 pi over 12, and definitely it's what, it's greater than 2 pi and less than 2.5 pi, because pi over 12 is less than pi over 2. It's a possible solution, but you remember that log has a domain, and if we consider 25 pi over 12, it's actually in between 2 pi and 2.5 pi. 2 pi it's the same as 0, and it's the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, sine is positive, cosine is positive, so it's okay. It's okay. So it goes into answer. It's one solution. And consider this general solution corresponding to point B. And again, k is 0, it's 5 pi over 12 is less than 2 pi, k is negative, not required, and when k is 2, we get when k is 2, we get 5 pi over 12 plus 2 pi, and pi over 2, it's what? It's 6 pi over 12, and 5 pi is less than, so 2 pi plus angle which is less than pi over 2 will be in this region from 2 pi to 2.5 pi. And let's do a common denominator. So it's 5 pi over 12 plus 24 pi over 12. So together is 29 pi over 12, and also it will be in the first quadrant. Sine is positive, cosine is positive, so with respect to domain of log, it is satisfied, so it's okay. So there are two possible solutions: 25 pi over 12 and 29 pi over 12. And that's all for this question.